guy.
Hmm.
Like, but there's something off about it though. So like, sorry, trying to
Oh,
explain it.
take your
He
time.
was very charismatic in a way that was like being under a spell, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Like as soon as we left the event, like it did stay in the back of my mind. Like, by the way, this guy gave me his number. But right. And he told me to text him by like a certain day if I wanted to go on the like serve on the yacht, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I ended up like out of curiosity, like a year later calling that number, and it went like it was not a good number
Hmm.
like anymore. So I honestly think that there's something a lot bigger going on with the whole P Diddy thing. But the way that this guy like carried himself, he had like everybody just loved this guy. Everybody did. And then he had a way of talking to the 18-year-olds where they were like they didn't want to do anything, like including myself, like me and this like group of 18-year-olds. Like we didn't want to leave the kitchen and go clean up. We just wanted to stay in the kitchen and help him prep and like do whatever we needed to like help him with whatever he needed. That's all we wanted to do.
Hmm.
It's so weird. Me and my friends, we talked about this after the fact, especially after the whole P Diddy thing came out, and it was
Hmm.
just like, yeah, it was crazy. Like this guy seemed like he had a spell under all of us,
What
if that
made
makes
you?
sense.
Oh yeah, it does. I mean, you're making me think of a Charles Manson type, just because that's what they said about Manson. He was very charming. Um,
Did
but
he did seem to kind of almost run this like a cult?
I
So
mean, it does look cultish for sure. What made you say no? I know you said like your underdeveloped brain, but like, was there a feeling on why you should say no, or something you saw?
Oh no, I really wanted to go. I had every intention of going, but like 2 weeks after I like had that thing, um, time in Miami, I ended up meeting my husband.
Oh, so you just got
And
married and that was it.
instead of spending my summer on a yacht where like we're in the middle of the ocean and I have no way, like I didn't want to spend my entire summer away from him,
Amazing.
because I just like fell in love with him right away. So, yeah, he saved my life, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
because well, I was gonna go out in the middle of the ocean, and I was like this freshly 18-year-old that probably would not have reacted very kindly to anything going on, uh, if I was like to get drugged or something.
Right. Yeah. Who knows
Um,
what would have happened out there?
yeah,
there's
yeah,
countless
I
pictures of
probably
Diddy
would
out
have
there
gone
with
missing.
like pills in his hand and stuff. You know, there's one with like his arm around another girl, and he's got a
Yep.
pill like literally in his fingers that he's like ready to give her. Like I feel like that was just common.
Did you know anyone who did go?
No, as far as I know, none of the ladies went.
Hmm.
Like, I know for me, like 2 weeks after I met my husband, but the other ladies, I think there's just like some divine intervention. We were all like a part of like this like a youth group.
Mm.
So we were all Christians, and so I think that God really like put His hand in there.
Yeah.
Was like no,
They're
and
probably
he
surprised.
stayed every single one of us.
They're probably
Yeah, we all
surprised that
wanted to
you
go
nobody
and
went.
do it.
Yeah. A lot of people would just say, "Oh my goodness, Diddy, famous people and friends, a yacht." They'd just go, and that's how a lot of these people get sucked up into these situations because it's they can't. It's so alluring. But thank God you saw otherwise. You got married.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That's the whole story.
Wow. And
Uh, I'm
did
glad.
you just quit when you got married? Like did that job end? Like how did it all end for you in there?
Um, so I can't really talk much about that job
Mm,
because because of things.
yep, yep.
There's a lawsuit going on, so I can't really say
Okay.
much. But um,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Wow. Well, that is a crazy story, and we are glad you made it out of that.
yeah. And once this whole lawsuit thing clears up, I have many more stories.
All right, perfect. I am.
Awesome.
We know where to find us.
We will be here.
All right.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Of
Thanks.
course,
Yeah.
thank you. Wow. I know someone who had a gun pulled on them by Diddy, and like Diddy got, he didn't get the book thrown at him, but I think Diddy's up to some crazy stuff, to some really crazy stuff.
Just like the shit that happened to like Kid Cudi's car, and like
For
all
real.
that shit. Like it's
Yeah.
just like
For real.
this dude was nuts, man. Like
I mean, it's just maybe it's just ego and stuff, but like there's a lot of stories that are weird and like it's just crazy.
yeah,
you
and
know?
like the whole thing with Biebs too, like just
was
watching how
weird.
he was reacting around him, seeing
Yes.
him and everything, and how he treated him. It was just like Biebs
Yep.
always had his head down, like it
Yep.
was just
the way he treated Kanye after he posted the photo of the White Lives Matter shirt with Candace, and then Diddy was like, "Meet me, like I'll meet you at the airport." Like it was very threatening. Ye kept sharing those screenshots of the text, and I was like, that's when he called him a Fed. So for like years, anyone who was following that story was like, "Oh, Diddy's a Fed," because I was just like, God, Ye wouldn't lie about that. And then he got arrested. I was like, man, he might be a Fed. He might be a Fed. And he honestly, he might be. I don't know. And I'm not saying he was hired to be in the agencies, but perhaps an asset.
I was gonna say he doesn't seem like a full on
No.
W2 fucking Fed boy. to
No,
me,
like
but,
he's an asset. It's crazy that story, like his.
Oh wait, he's in prison. He's gonna be a literal asset.
Ooh, there you go for
Starting
your
off
drums.
early, let's go.
Wow, that's good and scary. But it's crazy that news broke the same week that Trump started saying that Epstein was a hoax, right? And it was a definite suicide story. It's just crazy that those two stories happened in the same week. Completely buried the Diddy story, but. I think there's more. I think there's more there, just because he lived such a debaucherous life. But who knows? He might come back. I also do think, though, I will say on the flip side, despite all the bad stuff that he's done, that they charged him with a lot of stuff, and I think they bit off more than they could chew, and they sold it as a way different story than we were told. I think he's just a degenerate, and the video of him beating up Cassie, his girlfriend, is just disgusting. So, yeah, man, who knows? Let's do another caller.
Let's do it. Let's bring on Gingerbeard. Who currently has no microphone.
Oh, no.
If you can hear us, get your mic active. Say what's up.
Renee, I'm sure he will get off. I'm sure that's about Diddy. Oh, man. Who was
Can you hear me?
Yo,
Yeah, there you go.
Hey guys, how's it going?
good,
All right,
man. How are
welcome
you?
back.
Doing pretty good. I just got to say though, I was watching IRL and Dr. Stella is incredibly based,
She rules, right?
right? She was dunking on Elad. It was awesome.
She said, wait, she said white guys are too emotional to a lot's face.
Yeah, did he? Yeah,
like
that was
it.
pretty funny.
I like it.
She was actually making some really good points too that I would we had discussed before. If you remember, I'm the guy who's quadriplegic,
Oh, yeah.
and you had asked my opinion about Elon's Neuralink
Right.
and being hooked up to that.
That was the you were in that
Truck
truck
accident.
accident, right? With
Yep.
the spine
Yep.
injury.
Yep.
That was
you,
me.
you told us about
Okay.
BrainBridge.
I remember that.
The BioBridge.
BioBridge, right. That's right. Well, yeah. So what do you think about all that now?
So actually, interesting story. Just like 2 weeks ago, the FDA has approved a thing called the dancing molecule. If you want to check that out, it's looking very promising. There's actually some videos of rats that they scientifically, or they go in and they break the spinal cord of it, and then they inject it's a nanoparticle that gets into the nerves, and it enables like a scaffolding or a bridge. So it goes like right over it kind of like builds like a little neural pathway over the scar tissue that allows like the nerve to regenerate and blood vessels and
Wow.
the myelin sheath like reform. And these rats that are like completely paralyzed, like 2 weeks after just one injection, were able to start walking again. So
Whoa. Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
at it now. That's crazy.
I'm seeing regenerative spinal cord injury therapy repairs tissue and reverses paralysis in preclinical models.
yep. So they're supposed to be doing like I think human clinical trials like sometime next year. So I'm gonna be looking out for that. Maybe I can sign up and get in there. 'Cause that'd be great.
Definitely
Yeah.
keep us posted on that because that's
Please.
very interesting.
You know, I wonder if, we're going to see any type of propaganda against it from the people doing the brain computer interface.
I feel like you always do.
Yeah, like they're going to be like, no, not that. They're going to have some way, because I'm just thinking of Tesla and what he went through with the AC currents with electric with Edison. But who knows? I hope not, because I like stuff like this. This stuff is very interesting. I'm excited to read
It's
about
also how far are they going to be able to go legally with a lot of this stuff. Some of this here says that previous attempts at treatments have faced many limitations, but they're trying to take a completely new approach to neuroregeneration with the potential for a breakthrough in the field. So who knows what those limitations are, whether or not they're allowed to proceed past certain boundaries.
Yeah.
It's one
And
of those
if
things.
it can be replicated in humans and not just rats, But they do lots of tests. I don't agree with a lot of them. There's a lot of crazy tests out there on these mice and rats. But that does sound promising. I mean, you said it was a completely paralyzed rat.
Yeah. So they I think usually they break it around like the T5 level or something like that. So it loses the ability of moving its back legs. And then the videos you like see like after like a couple of weeks it starts like being able to use its back legs again.
I don't know why I thought for the life of me that this rat would have been pre-paralyzed before the experiment, and it was just an unfortunate scenario where they were trying to help it. But yeah, it actually makes sense that they would have paralyzed the rat on
Yeah.
purpose first and then tried to fix it, which is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do it on pedophiles.
Yeah, right? Human
just
test
put it
on
out on Jeffrey Epstein.
one of the worst scum on the planet.
Yeah, but I mean that's incredible though. I'd like to see more stuff like that. I reference you and the I keep saying brain bridge, but you say it's the bio bridge.
BioBridge, yeah.
And when I talk to a lot of people about this, I think that stuff's fascinating and it's not talked about enough because everyone's dumbfounded by the Neuralink, which is, I mean, it's crazy. Whether you agree with it or not, it's a crazy situation that it's a crazy invention, and I understand why it's fascinating to people. I just see the long-term risks of it outweighing the short-term benefits.
Well, this is crazy because this is talking about nanofibers that are used for this. So to administer the treatment, researchers inject the liquid therapy into the region where a spinal cord injury occurred. The liquid then gels into a network of nanofibers, which serve as a scaffold to support cell growth. These nanofibers contain bioactive signals that trigger potent regenerative pathways, enabling motor neurons from the brain to regrow past the injury site and connect to the lower spinal cord, reestablishing connections that were severed by injury.
Wow.
And it's interesting they call it
technically
the
nanotechnology.
dancing molecule because the molecule is actually like it moves and shakes, and they found that the faster it moves, it's able to like build a better connection.
It says that it's actually controllable too, which is even crazier. They can control the motion of these things, and it says by doing so, scientists discovered that intensifying the molecular motion increased the therapy's signaling power that led to greater tissue regeneration and functional improvement in the injured animals.
Wow.
So the movement has a lot to do with it, apparently.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when they open up for human trials.
Yeah,
And what
I'm
goes
looking
on.
forward to it. And I thought
Yeah.
it was just great though that Dr. Stella was she was kind of basically saying what I was saying when she said that like he's basically just using like human like the guise of healing injuries with this to be able to do these human trials with the Neuralink.
I was so impressed with her. I typically know who I'm going to be on with on Monday nights, but I just didn't for whatever reason. And the second I walked into the room, I was like, holy moly, it's Dr. Stella Emanuel. And like, during 2020, I mean, that's one of the bravest faces out there. Coming from the medicine world to talk out against all that stuff, she was badass. She was badass. And I love her whole attitude. And, she talked a lot about God. She said she's a minister as well as a physician. And, I really, really appreciated talking to her. Very cool.
Yeah, she was great. I'd love to see her again.
Yeah, I hope she comes back. It'd be great. Maybe do a culture war. We can do a debate with her and someone else because she's great. She's got a lot to say, and she's a good balance of faith and like good science, not the new cultish science.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Awesome.
yeah, I just kind of wanted to just bring that up to your attention because I thought it was really great. I was just reading, I kind of always like every week or so I'll search up, see if there's any kind of new breakthroughs in therapeutics or anything. And I was like, oh wow, it got approved, cool. And
Incredible.
there's been a couple of other regenerative medicines out there too that are starting to get into their trial phases. So there's definitely a lot of potential out there, and I don't think sticking a computer chip in your in your brain is the way that's gonna to heal this stuff.
Agreed. Well, I'm stoked to follow this story. I'll definitely keep an eye on it as well. And if you hear anything else that's new or any other types of technologies and stuff like that, give us a call.
Yep, and I'm glad there's a glimmer of hope out there for you and other people like you. My advice is just be very careful what you submit
Oh, yeah.
yourself to. Try to give it time if you can, and make sure that these aren't screwing people up. From experience, it's very, very easy to get screwed up by this stuff. So just be careful, and all the best with that, man.
Yep.
Yeah, because it is a nano material, so it's going to be a foreign body still.
Exactly.
Yep.
What is that made of? What kind of metals
I
or
know.
whatever?
Can we get the Maha version?
Yeah.
Like, what's up, RFK Jr.? Like, you're doing all these things with the FDA. Can we do the BioBridge Maha version? But definitely keep an eye on it. And I guarantee there probably will be other versions as well with different types. So
I got a lot of hope, though. Within,
Yes.
in the next 5 years, maybe they'll finally have a cure for this stuff and MS and all kinds of other nasty degenerative diseases.
100%. Yeah, the future can be bright. As dark as it might seem, it can also be extremely bright. Awesome, man. We appreciate the phone call.
Absolutely. You guys have a good one.
Thanks,
Hey,
you
you too.
too. Oh, man. Looking at you guys in the chat. Hilarious. Who said it? The chat just reopened to somewhere else. I can't find it now, but someone said about Edison electrocuting the elephant. I missed it. Ryan Creaso. Shane said 99% of reporters are garbage, and I say that as I stare at Alad. I didn't really mean it at Alad, but we have our things. I like Alad. Everyone's like they hate Alad. Me and Alad get along just fine. We just disagree on like 99%, maybe less. But on the big things, we definitely disagree on.
I don't mind a lot outside of the chair. A lot's cool outside of the chair.
We get along just fine. Everyone's like, man, he must be. Is he just a bit? Everyone says about Ian. I'm sure they say about me to other people, but
It's one of those things where it's like sometimes I wish Trump wouldn't talk. Like,
Yeah.
just don't say anything. For a little bit, maybe things will be fine. That's kind of how I'm
I
kind of
wish
like
Shane
that.
would stop talking about clones so much. Well, I'm not, and it's not a bit. I believe this stuff, but Alad's great. We just totally disagree on everything, and it's fine. I like that. Someone said Alad stood up to Milo. That was a great episode. I can't believe I was in that room. I didn't say much. There wasn't a lot of air left in that room. Oh man, that was a fun episode. But let's get to another caller.
Sure thing.
You guys are hilarious.
Double checking my list from last week. Give me a second. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. And then let's go to somebody new here. And I'm saying new based off of a name that I don't recognize, but I know how you guys like to pull the wool over my eyes. Let's go to Normal Gen Z Dad. What is up? You're on Inverted World Live. Welcome.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
What's
How you
going
doing?
on?
How you guys doing?
Chilling. What's going on?
Not too much. I'm in the grocery store.
Oh,
fantastic.
nice. Anything
Yeah.
good? Anything good there? How's it looking?
Well, everything's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But
It's so bad.
Shane, I thought you would think it's cool. I live in Goshen.
In New York?
Yeah.
Holy moly. So, yeah, Goshen, I just mentioned it last week. That's where I was at Ulysses S. Grant's old house where I found my petrified, mummified bat. I love Goshen.
Oh, man.
There's a great tapas restaurant in Goshen.
Not the mummy bat.
Yeah, the mummy bat. And the harness racing track is there. My parents were harness racers when I was a little
really?
boy, and I spent most of my young years at the Goshen racetrack.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's
funny, too,
crazy.
because I do appliances. I thought you would think that's funny, too.
That's awesome. I love
Yeah.
it. Are you from that area?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Goshen. Yeah.
Sick. I almost went to that middle school out there before some last minute changes.
Oh yeah, the
John
Hooker
C.
School.
Hooker. Yeah. Crazy. Awesome. Well, that's
Yeah.
awesome. You're from Goshen. I know it very, very, very well.
Nice. Yeah, I just had a little story. Local thing that happened. I was on my way home from work. I work in Connecticut actually, and uh, my father-in-law and I were driving down 84 down the highway, and we were passing the Orange County Airport, and there was some sort of I don't know what it was, but it was lights in the shape of a cross over top of the airport. And we're both looking at it, and we're both like looking at each other like, are you seeing that? And it was kind of like the sky was dark, so you couldn't really see exactly what shape it was. You could just see lights in the shape of a cross, a long row of lights and then a short row of lights. It was like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I opened the window and I'm looking. I stuck my head out the window and I'm looking, and then we got off the next exit and we turned around and we tried to go back and look, and there was just nothing there.
Whoa.
And we never saw it again.
That's
And it was
crazy.
just the weirdest thing ever. And it was like we both saw it, and nothing ever happened. There was no reports. There was nothing ever said or anything. Nobody else seemed to have seen it on the highway. I don't know what it was, but I thought you would think that's interesting,
It
being
is
a local.
interesting. Did it move? Was it just suspended in the air?
No, it was just over the airport. It was
Weird.
like it was just, but it was huge,
Oh,
like unbelievable the size that it was. It was like,
that's
and
weird.
I don't think it was a reflection. There was no clouds, so I don't know.
And
It was just,
it seemed like a solid thing in the air as opposed to something like a beam of light up there.
honestly, it's a good question, because it's like you kind of try to like think back to things that happened, and like
Yeah.
you try to not make things up,
Mm,
in your mind, but
yeah.
it's like I don't really know. I know I saw a row of lights and the sky above it was dark. Couldn't really see much else, but it was just it was the weirdest thing ever, And I don't know. I have no explanation for it. No
Yeah.
explanation for it at all.
Very weird. Very
It,
weird. You saw it with your dad, and then it's just gone
yeah.
by the time you turn around.
Yeah, and then we have Pine Bush nearby. I don't know if you know like
Of
the history of the
course.
UFOs and
Oh
stuff in
yeah.
Pine Bush,
Of
but
course.
it's like they have a diner there called the Cup and Saucer. Like the alien saucer.
Oh
And
yeah.
their logo is an alien
I know. I
flying.
love it.
It's
That town is wild. Yeah. I told a story on the show a few weeks ago about I had a girlfriend who lived in Pine Bush who was deathly afraid of being abducted by aliens. That was my introduction to like Pine Bush stories. I thought it was just her. It turns out it was the entire town. And
oh,
it's
it's
wild.
real.
They take it it's serious out there. They have the UFO museum in Pine
Yep.
Bush. They have the story of the columns of fire from the cemetery in Pine Bush. Goshen's got weird stories too. There was that old like school maybe with the kids. I think jumped out the window.
The Salesian School.
Yeah.
They knocked it down.
Yeah, it's
They knocked
dark.
it down, and it's a park now. But
Huh.
yeah, we used to go in there as kids. But yeah, some kids jumped off the roof, I think, or something.
Right. Yeah. It was very haunting. Very
They
terrible
put up
story.
big fences and everything. But yeah, there's a lot of ghost stories around Goshen and everything like that. It's a very weird, old town,
Yep. Well, I
Very
appreciate that
odd.
story, man. And shout out to Goshen. Shout out to the Goshen Diner. I miss it. Uh, maybe not the
Still as
best diner, but I
mediocre
love
as
it.
ever.
I know, but I love that diner. I used to, when I was a
Yeah.
truck driver, when we were driving the box truck, we would stop there before the sun would come up, and it was always good.
That is awesome.
That's awesome,
That's
man.
great.
Appreciate the phone call.
All right. Have a great night, guys. I
too.
appreciate you
Thanks,
having me
man.
on.
Incredible. Goshen is an awesome, great history there. Ulysses S. Grant, like the story goes, that after he won the war, everyone gave him cigars. Like there's different reporting on this, but so this is like mythology. But from what I've heard from Goshen and some books out there, I was in a house that he lived in that was in the woods, but he also had a house on the racetrack that I used to spend time at, and he was obsessed with the harness racing and smoking his cigars. And some people say he got his cancer from all the cigar smoke, which is just crazy to think. Like he won the war, they gave him this gift of all these. Everyone was like, give him cigars, and that's kind of, from what I understand, what killed him. Wild dude, wild. I believe also Grant wrote his biography before he died because Mark Twain said, you write it, you'll make money. And that's how he left a lot of money behind. But yeah, wild stuff. Ryan is saying, my dad won $2,000 at the horse track after a seagull bullseyed him. That's great. That's great.
As in, like, the bird shit on him?
I think so.
Yikes.
I think so. Or just flew right into his face. Ronald Reagan was a radio host here in my hometown from James Lee. Incredible. I'm seeing people with crowns. I'm not sure this is our top fans. So shout out to the top fans. This is a new thing, I believe.
It's based off of score. Chat
Sick.
score. So like 1, 2, 3, the whole first,
Sick.
second deal.
So Black Nun drums, you got one.
And it changes from time to time based
I
on.
love
think
it.
You get scored for posting comments, and it just keeps going.
I love it. Thanks,
Correct me if I'm
guys.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how
Midnight
that works.
Toker, I see you. RM Viv 4 squared. I see you. That's incredible. You guys are hilarious. Yeah, maybe it was a sign from Jesus, your favorite uncle said. Christian drone show.
I don't think Renee would have thought that was a sign from God. She seems to be deathly afraid of being shit on by birds.
I've been shut on by birds. At my own birthday party, my mom got a
What?
magician. My mom got a magician when I was 9 at my birthday party, and my mom put me in a black turtleneck, which was terrible for a kid who had buck teeth and a mullet. And the magician pulled.
You went through that phase too, huh?
Oh yeah, and the magician pulled a dove
I
out.
blame my mother for that too. That was
What was up with moms?
That was not my choice.
No.
Okay.
Well, we're forced into it.
It was
We're
not my
forced into
choice.
The magician pulled a dove out of his top hat, and the dove flew off in front of all my friends and hovered above me and shat on my shoulder.
I wonder if he was trained to do that
I know, it was a psyop.
just to ruin everyone's
My
birthday.
mom, that I was like, is this punishment for something I did? But I got a cool Ninja Turtle toy that day. It was awesome.
Did they get it? Was there a picture taken of you crying with like shit on your shoulder?
I don't think I
'Cause
cried. I don't think I cried. I think I was just like, that makes sense. You know, this is the
I was
life
gonna
I
say,
have.
I need to see that if
These
that
are the
exists.
cards I've been dealt. I already knew at 9. You know, this is a crazy world. Of course, but actually, what happened was my mom said that's good luck, and I didn't feel any bad way about it. She probably
I
wiped it
think
off.
that's a mother's way of consoling her child in a stressful situation like that. Like, oh, it's okay. It's good luck to be shit
Why
on
put
by
him in
a
the black
dove
turtleneck?
in the middle of your birthday party. It means you're going to be rich or some
Could
shit.
have put him in the white turtleneck. Yeah, instead she's got a crazy child running a podcast about paranormal and all the crazy stuff in the world. But she loves it.
Let's expound upon that. If you've been shit on by a bird, throw it in chat. Let's see the bird shit stories.
Good luck.
We got 26 minutes left. Let's get weird with the bird shit. I'm totally in for this.
Yeah, it traumatized me. No, it didn't traumatize me. I was proud. The way my mom sold it, she rebranded it immediately.
I never washed that shirt again.
Imagine. Oh, man. Now I'm looking at you guys on Rumble. Man, what is up, Rumble? Look at you guys, killing it.
Yeah, Rumble's popping. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We appreciate it.
Antonius Block Bad Motivator. I want to delve into the MLK files for sure. It's weird that no one just cares. It's because it's been overshadowed by the Epstein stuff. But I mean, that's major because for those who've looked up the COINTELPRO, the Church Committee hearings, when we found out the FBI letters that they were sending secretly to his wife or to him, trying to make him take his life. I mean, they were doing crazy stuff to MLK and Malcolm. So I want to look into those as well. It's weird we're not really getting into them, but understandably so, because now the Epstein thing has dominated the story. And I think people should care about what happened with MLK, what happened with Malcolm X. Clearly, we need to know more about what happened with JFK because we don't know. The files they released for JFK it was bogus. It was nothing. It was ridiculous. Like, it was kind of embarrassing. Most of us knew about it. And it's like, oh, here's new Operation Mongoose stuff. And Operation Mongoose is crazy and worth knowing, but it was just new little tidbits about what they did to the Cubans. So I'd love to see more of that. So good point there for sure. Scarred by Life by Goose Shit, said B Hops 1.